Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blake here from the Raw Dawgs Wrestling Show. I just want to do a quick little intro here to let you guys know that for this episode we ran into some technical difficulties for the episode, for at least the beginning part of the episode. We record these over Discord right now. We're going to look at some other options in the future, but right now we use Discord, and I was having some internet issues for tonight for some reason. So the call does drop a couple times. I try to do some quick edits, so there's going to be a couple weird jump cuts in there where audio kind of gets weird or just jumps from one conversation to another. I try to edit the best I can to make it seem like one coherent episode, but did have a couple of issues like that, and there are some parts where the guys kind of sound robot-y at times. It does get a little better towards the end of the show, but we did have some issues. Just want to let you guys know, make you guys aware of what was going on, and that we're not just trying to put out a crappy product. We're trying to work on production quality, make it look and sound the best that we possibly can get it to sound and look. But yeah, for this episode, we talk about all the WWE releases that happened today, and we talk about our top 5 current favorite wrestlers that are currently active, wrestling. So make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. We're gonna try to be more active on those things. They should be in the description of the video. They're here on the screen. If you listen to the audio version, they should be in the description of the podcast, whatever podcast service you're using. AJ got in there today and did a lot of news stuff with all the releases that happened, so that was pretty cool. We're trying to get more active in there. Jump over there, tell us who your favorite wrestlers are. Drop those in the comments. Like the video, share the video, tell somebody about it. We're trying to build a cool little community over here that talks about wrestling, has a good time, and all that. So, like I said, all the socials are everywhere. You can find them. Let us know what you guys think of the show, and hope you guys enjoy this episode. And we are good to go. Episode 2. We're good to go. If video quality is crappy this time for cameras and stuff, my internet decided, hey, we're going to record an episode. My internet's going to shut out. So, fun times. But yeah, we got episode 2. We got a full boat, minus our boy Adam, because he works second shift. He's going to join us when he can.
Fuck second shift.
Fuck Dustin showed up finally. Dustin?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Fuckface Dustin.
Man, I'm making all the money, though.
You get shit.
But yeah, we got AJ, Joey, myself, full crew for most of the shows. This is how we're going to do it. And like I said, Adam will join us when he can. Random days he has off work or special shows that we do on the weekend or something. Big day in the wrestling world, apparently. We thought we were going to just talk about a lot of nothing and then do some stuff that we did last time we tried to do this podcast with like a little top 5, kind of let the people watching the show or listening to the show kind of know where we sit, how our mindset is for wrestling, who our favorite current wrestlers are for this particular one. We were going to do that. I had a little Survivor Series thing we were going to do. We decided to push that off for a couple weeks till it gets closer to Survivor Series. And then we're like, hey, it's 2 hours before we record. WWE decides to release half the fucking roster again. So it's like...
I wonder how they're going to push the game back more.
We can do a top 5 of our favorite wrestlers that got released this year.
Yeah, we could. We
probably could.
Yeah.
I actually have
71.
Yeah.
I have the entire
71.
roster since last year of how many people they've released.
Yeah.
And you can build an own fucking game from it because that's how many people they've released.
And see, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something,
71.
that's something that people like. I've seen people on the internet say, whether it's like through TikTok or just wrestling websites or whatever. People are like, "Oh, AEW's just recycled WWE," and it's like, where else do you expect these people to go? Like AEW's are already surpassed Impact as the next biggest brand. Are they just supposed to not? Are they just supposed to not go anywhere? It's just supposed to go back to bingo halls and do death matches and shit.
That's the thing. You don't have the now. Yeah, all these releases. Ring of Honor of last week no longer exists, so you can't go there.
That's true.
Everyone likes to say AEW is just the recycled WCW, but you make the point. It's like, where are these people go? You can go to New Japan, but because of COVID restrictions, it's hard to actually even get booked out there. I've already seen one person that's been released. We'll go through the list very shortly. Already making bookings with G.
A good portion of that because my stuff froze. So, great. And hey, we haven't recorded in 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and let my internet shit out. I think.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, nice. So yours messed up too. Cool. Me and Joey, we live very close to each other, and we share the same internet provider, who normally is fantastic. Haven't had any issue. I think I've maybe had one issue in the time that I've had this particular company, and then my second issue comes when it's time to record. So, okay. Froze again. I have some editing to do on this one.
Oh yeah, big time.
Last thing I heard was you had somebody was already making bookings.
Yes, so someone's already made their bookings with GCW outside of their non-compete clause. I started going into just the headliners of who's been released today. The likes of Frankie Monet, formerly known as Taya Valkyrie. She's going to go back to being Taya Valkyrie, obviously, afterwards. The wife of
John Morrison,
right? We've got Ember Moon. We've got Karrion Kross and Scarlett. We've got Keithley, Mia Yim, Nia Jax, and we've got Eva Marie. I really like what you consider the headliners.
Do you
consider a lot of those?
Is Eva Marie really a headliner?
It's not a headliner, but everyone knows her name. There's that. And what's great, Nia Jax, can't hurt anybody. Joey's favorite wrestler. I know he's pretty sad about that, but we've got other people like the other 2/3 of Lucha House Party. We got Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. Harry Smith, who was probably there just for a dark match. Harry Smith is she's already gone. I have no clue why. I think she's up and coming, right? I have no clue why she getting cut. It sucks for sure.
Who was that? I cut out again. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to do.
We'll just keep going. I think Dustin got all of it. I think pretty sure Joe got it, maybe, unless he's thinking about taking another shit again.
No, I'm good. It is cutting it now.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take my background thing off, see if that helps me as well.
I don't think it helps.
See if that helps.
Oh
my gosh, Joey's spazzing, dude. Oh, welcome to top-notch production quality, guys.
But
pretty bad earlier.
Yeah, you were. That happened earlier too, and I mean, you finally came back though.
It's like he came to the Matrix.
That's what yours was just doing.
But here's something that's pretty interesting. I thought 2 things. Frankie Monet has only had 6 matches in NXT, and she's already been released.
They made a big deal about her debut and everything too. Like they gave her vignettes and everything.
Valkyrie is a huge character, and she's a big wrestler. So it's shitty that they, kind of just dropped the ball huge. They put her with Robert Stone, and that just went nowhere immediately. But since November 2017, there's been 9 different holders for the NXT title. 5 of them have been released. We've got Andrade, Aleister Black, Adam Cole, Keithley, and now Karrion Kross as well. So that's pretty interesting how they treat their top talent. And yeah, you can say it's not all of Triple H's doing. They go up to the main roster, and that's kind of where everything just shit the bed. But it's like, damn, that's.
But that's what they do stupid shit like, oh, we're gonna Keith Lee, he's super over. He was super over when he came to the times that he came to the main roster, even when he was still in NXT. So everybody loves Keith Lee. Like there's that Survivor Series between him and Roman and everything. Everybody loved Keith Lee, and then they bring him up. Oh, he's Keith Bearcat Lee. It's like, what do you mean?
We'll do it live.
And we are back. Try this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I have no idea what the fuck's happening. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Keithley. Yeah, they suck. I don't. Oh, Karrion Kross too. Yeah, it's like they built him up as this like big bad killer dude. He decimated everybody on the roster, and then it's like, oh, now he's got a stupid mask on. Looks like Lord Tensai or whatever.
He was literally like an entrance song in Scarlet, and that was it. Then they took that away. Then the appeal was
which
over.
also didn't make any sense. I don't understand their anything that they do.
That's mainly because Vince doesn't like managers either.
Yeah, they gotta be selling or something.
Which is dumb because they literally he was a manager for a long time for certain people, and then it's like just you see like certain people were way better with managers. It's like Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar. I mean, you could say Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns. You could say 100 names. It's like sometimes managers work out better than just people by themselves. I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's definitely rough. I know a lot of people. I mean, we can all assume that a lot of the wrestlers are now happy that they're finally getting to.
Oh yeah, more
spread their wings.
More creative, yeah.
So yeah, everyone on the main roster. If you're main roster, you get a restructured 90-day non-compete clause. If you're on NXT, you get 30 days. So Scarlett was already making the post 30 days and she's free. So is Taya, Frankie Monet. I think there's some that kind of thread that line of, okay, where do they go? So Ember was on SmackDown for a little bit, then she went back to NXT. I'm unsure if her contract gets restructured for being an NXT competitor, so she would get a 30-day non-compete clause, or I would think so because she was there for a while. So yeah. I feel like, there are some loopholes, right? Some that have gone up, like Aleister Black, and they completely forgot to restructure his deal. And when he got cut, he didn't get the 90 days; he got the 30 days. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Some of the bigger names that we're just going to have to wait and see where they end up. I know Excalibur was trying to bring back PWG. They do more like one-off shows though, so it's not like it's going to be its own brand, obviously, because he's commentating as well for AEW. So it's going to be really tough to have him signing people there. They're just going to do these one-off shows. But yeah, there is a plethora of free agents now.
Sucks.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we got these WWE releases. We got Ring of Honor people that happened. Even though Ring of Honor, they've got their contracts to the end of the year. I think they pay them to March. But they can start booking right away as long as they fill their obligations to their final pay-per-view, which is in, I think, December.
I would look it up, but I don't want my internet to die again. So.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, but it is in December. I forgot what it's called. It's like One for All, or it's not the Brawl for All, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, after that, I mean, it's open. It's really open. A lot of them could go. I mean, Ring of Honor really specialized in a lot of luchadors, so I feel like a lot of them will just end up going back to either MLW or AAA. But yeah, it's a plethora of people. There's already people that've been booking with GCW. I was saying Bandito did it right after the news broke about ROH. Trey Baxter, now he's going back to Blake Christian. Right? Yeah. He's just booked outside of his 30-day non-compete clause in December to do some shows there too. So it's definitely interesting. I'm very curious on where everyone's gonna land, what Impact's gonna do, what AEW is gonna do, and kind of go from there. I mean, even New Japan, it was great to hear that Buddy Matthews is now in New Japan. Impact brought in Inspiration. Actually, Bronson Reed now goes by Jorah. He was supposed to be booked for Bound for Glory, and they ended up cutting his thing, and they end up bringing Kiss Demon from WCW, Joey's favorite gimmick wrestler, the Demon. They brought him in their battle royal. So I really thought it was going to be what's his face, Bronson Reed's royal spot.
Bronson Reed's
But-
already been released for 30 days.
Yeah, he's been released for a while now. Yeah,
Which is,
He's been-
again, it's dumb because he recently, just a few months ago, was getting a,
Big push.
North American title push.
yep.
And I thought I don't understand what they're doing. And if companies like obviously AEW, they're going to capitalize on this. They're going to bring in the people that they can. Because like you said, they have massive free agents now. We still got Bray Wyatt now, and he hasn't tweeted anything, but he tweeted 2 days left. But then that was a few days ago, and he hasn't retweeted anything or hasn't tweeted anything since. Malvy's obviously one of probably the biggest free agent out there. And it's like these companies like Impact, if they could find a way to pay these people, they could capitalize on this and start and make a comeback to getting a decent TV deal and stuff like that they don't have anymore. Well, I think they still have access,
They just need to find a billionaire to buy them.
basically. That's basically what they
AJ.
need. Yeah.
Well, this is going to push the 2K22 game back another 6 months, probably.
Oh man, so many people were talking about that. Actual developers were talking
Yeah,
about it.
they said that there was 2 or 3 sets of DLC that was canceled. And they're in discussions about maybe making it like a live service game where they can do live updates to the roster because
Are we talking about
they-
are we talking about AEW 2K22?
no, that's getting delayed too, so they can put in all these wrestlers that got released today.
that they keep.
I know you're short, Joey, but that joke just went straight over your head.
I just made a funny joke, dude.
No, you didn't.
It went over your head that you think is taller than what it really is.
I didn't even hear what you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, that
So-
video game roster would be like 10 people. That's it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like pro wrestling.
Roman
NES.
versus Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, though each character will have 5 variations of past gimmicks, and yeah,
It's just gonna do like the normal like Mortal Kombat fighting game thing where it's like, oh, here's Roman in a blue shirt, here's Roman in a red shirt, fight.
Here's Roman with Heyman. There's Roman without Heyman.
Yeah. Here's Shield Roman. Here's no shirt Roman. It's
no shirt with the lay on.
yeah.
You're not supposed to fight with the lay on. No, we're gonna make them fight with it on.
So was budget cuts the reason that they said that these releases came?
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Johnny Ace, John Laurinaitis.
How does he still have a
budget
job?
cuts? Budget cuts. He just came back.
Oh my
He came back right before. I think it was right before the last budget cut that they did,
What was it?
and that's what
People
he's been
Power?
telling. Yep.
Yeah.
People
Oh
power.
my gosh.
People power.
Oh shit. We got our impressionist on.
But yeah,
It's just so crazy. I just don't understand. It's like
So do you think that rumor's true that they're? I saw a long time ago that them selling potentially to like NBC or some shit.
would not
Somebody.
surprise me.
Yeah, this could be why they're releasing so many to make the company more profitable.
How does that make the company more profitable?
You have less costs,
Less assets they have to cover. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, also gonna have less people watching the fucking product too because
Yeah,
there's nobody
that's
to watch
true.
wrestle anymore.
But he doesn't
Yeah.
care once
Sports
it's sold.
entertaining.
NBC recently said they lost so much money with Peacock and with WWE that I don't know what they're gonna do now. And it's funny because NBC and obviously Universal at Universal Studios, AEW is doing their dark shows there. And you've got all these WWE posters and Peacock posters everywhere with trying to promote their product, obviously, but you've got, your competition doing their dark shows there, which is pretty funny. The rumor of them is Vince gonna sell, right? Is been spiraling for such a long time. I think they might just have to end up with trying to work with somebody else. I'm pretty sure NBC wants out. Fox is very unhappy with what they're doing on SmackDown. Like nobody's fucking happy with them. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's like as a LL here for everyone. Nobody's gonna benefit from, having.
and then and so it goes back to what kind of I said earlier. It's okay. It sucks for WWE, and now it sucks for all these TV companies. It sucks for Fox, USA, NBC, whoever is involved with them, and then it also sucks for other wrestling promotions because they're getting people are looking negatively on them because well, you're just on WWE's people WWE didn't want. And it's like no, these are big names, very good wrestlers that should be signed and should be promoted and should be on shows like Aleister Black, Andrade, Malachi Black, Andrade. All these people should be headlining shows, and it's like, oh, well, you're just re-signing what WWE didn't want. It's like, no.
I just feel like there's not going to be a home for everyone eventually,
Yeah.
AEW can only sign so much. Impact, it's only got a few dollars. I mean, eventually someone else is going to have another promotion.
And
AJ.
I guess that's where it's just going to play in with all the indie shows, the small shows, right? Is where everyone's going to end up having to do. I wouldn't be surprised if you do see a surplus of these independent one-off shows that just pop up more and more because, like Dustin said, there's no Impact might not have the money. AEW definitely doesn't have the budget. I would assume. I mean, Tony could go to his dad and be like, "Hey, can you give me another $50 million so I can host another roster?"
Hey, the fucking Jags suck. Let's fire Urban Meyer and take that money and sign Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. It's like, right? And we don't even know how long these contracts are. I think Andrade let it slip. His contract is only for 3 years. So, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna resign when he feels like, okay, is my time done here? And
I think the thing about AEW though is, like, they could sign. I feel like and this could be. I have no knowledge of wrestling business, whatever. But it's like I feel like they could do more stuff. Like obviously they have that their relationship with New Japan or whatever, and then they obviously have a relationship with Impact.
Not anymore.
What?
Not with Impact anymore. Bound for Glory. They kind of they X that now finally.
So are the Good Brothers not on AEW? Wow, I did not know that.
No, the Good Brothers haven't been on TV for months now with AEW, which kind of just solidifies, hey, their working agreement for now is been put on ice because at Bound for Glory, Christian Cage did defend that Impact title, lost it to Josh Alexander, so that really was the final nail in the coffin, and it sucks, but if you think about it, Impact does all their stuff pre-taped, so any type of storylines that they want to do will never coexist and line up with each other because they pre-tape all their stuff. So it sucks, but I mean, we'll see what comes down the line. Their crowd draws I feel like they're pretty bad. To be honest,
even if you take Impact out of it, they still have their relationship with New Japan with all the people coming over that was fighting Jon Moxley forever. They and then obviously have the relationship with which was it AAA? Is that who
AAA? Yeah.
The FTR is now the tag team champions of. So I mean, they still have like Andrade can still do if he wanted to do stuff in Mexico. He can still very clearly do stuff in Mexico, even though he's on a 3-year deal, whatever. There's still more opportunities for him to make more money than he would, just being with AEW. So.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people are
more
asking
freedom
for in their contracts. In their contracts is cross-promotion stuff,
yeah,
which is good. Not everyone gets it. Obviously, Andrade gets it. I think Bryan Danielson requested it. Miro has it. Jon Moxley has it. And I think that might be it. Lance Archer has it as well. Cause
he's technically a New Japan guy, right?
Yeah.
That comes to AEW.
No, he actually is a AEW signed wrestler.
Oh.
And goes and does the New Japan shows. Sometimes they'll do the US shows, New Japan Strong, because obviously they can't go to Japan. But yeah, they'll have some guys from New Japan come over. Minoru Suzuki was the last to do it. He just finished his tour up when he did some Impact shows. So, yeah. But the cross promotion stuff, I think that's really the saving grace for a lot of wrestlers. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it for sure.
Yeah, it's a crazy, like these big drops are. Oh, Joey with the flash warning again. These big crazy like and was there any like rumors of this, or was it just like, oh, it's Thursday, let's cut half the roster?
So actually, earlier in the day, I think Russell Votes posted that there's been rumors circulating around that there's potentially cuts going to happen today, and we haven't heard anything all day. And then boom, the first two drop, and it was Frankie and Scarlett, and then afterwards it was just like diarrhea of the mouth, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then you have, not only do you have cuts, you have people with, which I don't know how everybody else is, but you have people like the big one that we were talking about obviously earlier today was Kyle O'Reilly's contract's up in what, December?
Yeah, next month.
So, and there's obviously rumors going around of apparently there's already conflict happening with the Elite, and talking about they have 2 of the 3 OG members of Undisputed Era on the roster already. Kyle O'Reilly. That's why I asked.
What up, Blake?
That's what I'm for it. That's why I asked. What was AEW? Does AEW have like a big show in January-ish? Because if Kyle O'Reilly's last date is in December, give it 30-day clause sometime in January. He could. Because honestly, Kyle O'Reilly, I think I don't know how much he's going to do. Like, they've kind of tried to push him to singles. I don't know what he's done lately.
He's working with this is Von Wagner. What was the guy's name? Von Wagner or Werner? Or...
Caveman.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. They put him in another tag team.
Oh my god.
Which is
with
some big ass dude who's probably just going to turn heel on him.
Yeah.
Because Kyle O'Reilly can't really hold his own as a singles competitor. And he definitely don't want to go up to the main roster because
he'll get buried,
murdered.
He's kind of like a good hand type dude they'll use to make other people look good.
Oh yeah,
he will 100% go up and get fed to Roman or Lashley or something like that. 100% Goldberg.
Yep.
He'll 100% go up and get fed to somebody, and then it's like, oh well, cuts time. Kyle O'Reilly's gone. It's like, hey, just leave now.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what he'll definitely make the jump. I think him and Bobby Fish will just be another tag team again. What are they called? The Red Dragon?
Red Dragon,
yeah. So they work so well together. They're the perfect tag team. They've done it so far. I don't see no reason why he wouldn't do it. But yeah, it would definitely be interesting.
Hopefully, if they do a Undisputed Era reunion, kind of do the UE versus Elite, whatever. If they do that in AEW, hopefully Bobby Fish stays healthy.
Right, he's gonna
hopefully Bobby Fish stays healthy. Like I hate watching Bobby Fish wrestle because I'm like, this dude is so fragile. And please be careful. Don't tear something or rip something or break something.
No, I really, when he made the jump and he's got like, I don't know, let's say 6 matches in already, I'm like, how is he not like, I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like watching a Sasha Banks match 3 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true.
Time, she's going to land on her neck.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, here, she did a tope again. She's literally scorpioned, like on ridiculousness.
Tope into a scorpion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically.
Actually, someone did that in Dark. They didn't do a tope. They did they were trying to do a Spanish fly off the second rope, and she completely fucking just scorpioned right into it.
That sounds awful.
It was so bad. I was like, damn, girl, how you still walking around?
That sounds awful. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting over the next so now technically I guess we need to wait 30 to 90 days to see what happens, so that puts it beginning to middle of December to February of seeing where these people are going.
Yep. And which is great. Keithley, 90-day, right? Let's say it ends up in February. March comes around. March, April's when AEW promotes Revolution. Could be great to get a Keithley pop there.
Oh
just
yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah.
Could happen.
Oh yeah. I'm with that. I like Keithley a lot. He's
Yeah. I could definitely get him and Ramon.
Yeah.
I
Cast a
like
long
Spade.
5 o'clock shadow on the women's division.
So stupid. So stupid. Moving on.
Promo code.
So yeah, what else we got? Any other big news happening besides half of WWE's roster being cut?
No, that's really it. We just got some of those contract expires. Kyle O'Reilly was a big one. Juice Robinson, New Japan is up in January. He will most likely come back stateside. A lot of speculation. People would think he would go back to WWE, which I think would be really stupid just because his fiance Toni Storm is there. But they're not even doing anything with Toni Storm, which really pisses me off.
Yep, I agree to that 100%, and I could see that being a Aleister Black,
Zelina
Vega type of thing, where it's like, oh, Juice, come back in, be CJ Parker again, or whatever his name was.
Yep.
He'll probably come in as somebody else, but which I actually liked his CJ Parker character. Like that was actually I didn't mind it when early NXT days. It kind of worked for me. But yeah, it's like, oh, come on in, sign a contract. You'll be stuck with us. Toni Storm, you're released. It's like,
yeah. No, it would be so stupid for him to go back. But yeah, I don't even know he would end up.
Was there any news on Gargano?
No, nothing with Gargano. I believe his contract was gonna be up in March. Can't remember. But
I mean, it's
nothing with Gargano.
It's to the point now where like NXT, it's like, for me personally, it's like, oh, you got Ciampa and Gargano, and that's basically it for me left on NXT. Like, it's like I don't care about anybody else in NXT.
Yeah, we all thought, there was going to be this changing of the guard with the old NXT people with this new breed. And, I mean, the main champ is still the main champ. So they sort of teased a little bit of a potential revival of Gargano versus Ciampa again. But who's to say what's going to happen? Shawn Michaels is doing the day-to-day operations. So they could push it and milk it to see how long it goes, really. But
so they're going to do it this time with Gargano heel, Ciampa face?
Here's the thing. I really don't even know what their characters are now.
That's also true.
It's like so borderline between the both of them.
And I feel like Gargano had a good thing going with The Way, and then they took Austin Theory away and to put him on the main roster. So I don't even know if are they still doing, like, is he still doing The Way, or is he just back to Gargano? Because I know Candice is pregnant, isn't she?
Candice is pregnant. Indy was with some other chick, Persia, to try and take the tag titles again. He still comes out with the Way theme song, but since Theory is gone, he's been doing everything with Dexter Lumis. And for the most part, it's been working. But yeah, I mean, once Gargano really decides to be like, yeah, I'm kind of over this, I haven't heard anything if they tried renewing, if he would even attempt to go to main roster, or
I would hope not,
or leave. Like, he's got his,
it is so crazy how, and I kind of don't want them to do Ciampa Gargano again, because I don't want them to stain what Ciampa Gargano was, because that is one of the best storylines maybe ever in WWE professional wrestling. That whole storyline of how that worked was just fantastic. Like, it was one of the best ever.
And here's the thing, they probably will run it back, mainly because I think they're still trying to figure out who the next big star is. and I think they haven't really decided who they want that to be. It's very, very close to being Baby Steiner, Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Horrible name. Horrible name.
It is. I
It
mean,
is
they
a
put
horrible name.
They put 2Ks in Breaker. I'm sure Vince wanted to do 3, but he probably would have made it too obvious.
Oof.
Because that's just how Vince is. But
man, that's when I heard his name, it was like, oh yeah, this is what is it? It's Rick Steiner's son. I was like, that is awful. Like, I don't know if you could just like give him the Steiner name or not give it. If you're doing that on purpose to not give him the Steiner name, I don't know, but
I should be able to because Steiner is not the real last name anyway.
Right. Which is hilarious. I find it hilarious that I don't think Triple H would ever imagine promoting a Steiner again because of how much he hated working with Scott so much.
Yeah,
And
we kept calling him out for the steroids and stuff.
So I think it's just pretty funny that Baby Steiner is going to be the new face of NXT.
Have they put this Steiner's math to the test yet? Do we know how his math skills are?
I think there was one time he did like some whack ass something.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like the wildest thing you ever heard, but it totally fucking made sense. Like he's got like everything, every genetic type thing you would get from the Steiners. He's got all of it. Like it's scary, like how much he's a Steiner. It's kind of hilarious though.
He just needs a new name. He needs a better name.
Well, it's funny because they tried to refrain from relating him to being a Steiner, but at Halloween Havoc, Chucky just was like, "I hope you're not a disappointment like your family member." So it's just like, damn, like you're just gonna let that just roll by.
Yeah, that's weird.
Might as well go ahead and use it. Like,
They might be saving it for when he goes to the main roster or something.
What'd you say?
They might be saving it for whenever he goes to the main roster. If he don't get cut before then.
Yeah, oh yeah, he'll get cut before then. 100%. 100%.
no, he's a big guy. He won't get cut.
I am a betting man, and I would bet my entire FanDuel account on the fact that he gets cut before he gets any kind of decent push on the main roster.
Your FanDuel account got $1 in it?
Got what?
Got $1 in it?
It's got a little more than that, but
Them bulls.
yeah, he will 100% get cut pretty soon. I don't know when, but I don't know. Because I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter how much you get pushed. You're going to the main roster to get buried, or you'll get cut eventually. Either way, if you go to the main roster to get buried or not.
He gets cut. NXT might as well just fucking be done.
I mean, yeah, it's like I tried to get back into watching it recently, and I really like the what are they called? Hit Row, like Isaiah Swerve Scott in his name. I really like him. Like him taking the North American title. I really like how I liked his character a lot. Oh, he's on the main roster now. It's like, okay, they moved the whole faction up too, which I was surprised they did that. I was like, surprised they didn't cut half of them.
Oh, BFAB is gone. She's part of Hit Row. So there's that. And they said that they were gonna do Adonis and Swerve as the tag team, and Top Dollar to be the main star. But we'll see. Because Vince likes some big beefy boys.
Oh, so stupid.
Show do.
So stupid. Makes no sense. So is that all we got for news wise for the week?
Yep.
All right. Well, so that's what we got for news for the week. Next week we talked about it a little bit. We decided next week we're going to talk a whole lot about, probably more focus on AEW next week as we get ready for Full Gear next weekend. Was it the 13th?
That's correct.
Saturday.
Supposed to be on the show. So they moved it.
Supposed to go to what?
I was supposed to go to it in St. Louis, until they moved it.
Oh, really?
You
I don't
know.
know that. Nice. Where's it at now?
It was in St. Louis.
Minneapolis.
Why did they move it? That's weird.
Yeah. bunch of pay-per-view, a bunch of other stuff was going on, like UFC fight and boxing, and we couldn't schedule it for the next week because that they already had something else booked that day there. So.
Gotcha.
I don't
Yeah.
know. If
So
AJ people, I don't.
next week we are going to, like I said, talk mostly about Full Gear and do a thing that we did last time we did this kind of podcast. We did a thing where we have a little circulating picks championship that we go around. AJ will probably win every time this time because he's
Absolutely undefeated.
So undefeated.
Every time.
Answer right. We're gonna pick the pay-per-view. We'll probably get Adam's picks from it too and throw those on the pod too, just so he has some participation in it.
Fuck Adam.
There's that too. But yeah, so we're gonna pick the whole card, and we're gonna do that for next week for Full Gear. We'll do that the next week after that. Will be mostly Survivor Series focused. And then the week after that is Thanksgiving, where we probably won't have a show, I would assume. We'll probably go the next week into December that way. So, but as of right now, we're going to do, like I said, this is something we did before when we did this show around the first time before AJ joined, which is we did a few different ones. I don't remember all the ones we did before. I know we did, obviously, top 5 current favorite wrestlers. I think we did top Joey Dusty, might have to remind me. Entrance themes was one. I think maybe top 5 all-time wrestlers. I think we did that. Top 5 female wrestlers. I don't remember if we did tag teams. These are things that we plan on trying to do with going forward as well. We're, hey, we got a slow week or something. We'll try to throw in a little top 5 or something to, I don't know, make some content. So yeah, like I said, this week's is top 5 favorite current wrestlers, current active wrestlers signed somewhere, which I guess technically now you don't have to be signed. Let me see if any of mine have been released. Nope, mine are all good right now, currently. So who wants to start off? Number 5. We're going to count it down this way. We're going to go to, build up to everybody's number 1. Who wants to go first?
No honorable mention.
Are we gonna do honorable mentions at the beginning or at the end?
At the end.
Yeah, so we do honorable mentions at the end.
Okay.
I had to add 1. I got 4, and I'm contemplating swapping one of my honorable mentions with my number 5, but I'm not. I'm kind of. Yeah. So who wants to go first?
Joey.
All right, Joey goes first.
My number 5 is right now CM Punk.
Are you thinking of this off the top of your head?
No.
Okay.
No.
So your number.
That would have been hilarious.
So your number 5 is CM Punk.
Yes.
CM Punk, current number 5 favorite wrestler. Hey, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't eligible last time we did this a few years ago. He was not eligible because.
Right. He wasn't around.
So, Chicago native, neighbors to AJ, live right next door, right? You guys
That's very true.
You guys like barbecue together and stuff.
Yep.
Dodge
Very
bullets
true.
together.
Get the same tattoos together. Everything.
Nice. Pepsi tattoo.
Yep.
Nice. Hell yeah. Who wants to go next?
Here.
Dustin.
My number 5 is going to be Monday Night Rollins.
Nice. He was.
Fuck you.
What'd you say, AJ?
I said, fuck you. That's some trash ass shit.
Are you saying it's too high or too low?
I said, that's some trash ass shit. Rollins. Monday Night Rollins.
You don't like Rollins?
Hell no.
Really?
Hell no. He's been overly exposed for my tastes.
I could see that. He was on my short list, but he did not make my top 5 or honorable mentions. So, yeah, Seth Rollins, nice. Okay, I see it. AJ, who you got?
For my 5, I've got King Switch, Jay White.
Nice. Breathe with the switchblade. I like it. I do like it a lot. We're kind of flying through these faster than I thought we would. My number 5. Somebody's gonna get mad. I know somebody's gonna get mad. Let me think about if I want to switch it first. No, I think I'm gonna stick with it. He's one of the reasons I started watching SmackDown.
Oh, it's Edge. Fuck you. I'm calling it now. It's Edge.
And it's something I said on the last podcast. If you would have told me 3 years ago that I was excited for anything Roman Reigns related, I would have punched me in the face. But Roman Reigns will be my number 5. And it's the thing that people said. It's like when he goes heel, he's gonna be over. And he's fantastic as a heel. His championship reign doesn't ever need to end. I mean, I don't know who's gonna beat him anyways because he's destroyed everybody. Which honestly, he should have it help build the character. He should stop saying that he's smashing people. That's sometimes can get a little weird. But
That's the ones that get smashed by the tribal chief.
Yeah, tribal chief. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. I love what they're doing with the bloodline. That was something that people said they should have done a long time ago. It's when the Usos first turned heel, I think it was. Which I mean, they said it before that, obviously, but it's like when the Usos first turned heel, like Roman and the Usos exploded when they did their heel turn. Roman's got to do this too. They need to be put together. I love the bloodline together. They scared me a little bit at first, like they weren't going to do it. Jay whatever, and then Jimmy came back, and it was kind of whatever. They did it. Everybody's committed. It's fucking great. I love it. So, Roman Reigns, my number 5.
All right. Blake's number 5, Roman Reigns. His number 1 will definitely be Edge.
Yes. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I mean, for all of our 5s, I feel like they're pretty solid. I mean, I won't give you too much flack for Roman because I think the tribal chief gimmick really works. Yeah.
100%. And their booking has been really good, though it's not in my favorable taste of them demolishing. Finn Balor, let's say, but
yeah, there's hit or misses that they had with it, but again, when you focus 99% of your creative on one person, it's going to be good. It's going to when the rest of the roster is getting the other 1% and Roman Reigns is getting 99%. It's going to be good. So at least they're doing one thing right at least. So, but yeah, Joey, who you got for number 4?
Number 4 is Malachi Black.
Malachi Black. That was Adam's number 1 last time we did this. He was Aleister Black, obviously, at the time, but I believe he was still NXT when Adam did it.
Yeah.
So I believe he was still NXT, but yeah, that was Adam's number 1 last time. And I've seen people make jokes about that he's still selling Seth Rollins' eye injury that he gave him because he still does the whole half face paint, which I've also seen jokes about AEW people with half of their face painted. But yeah, I like him. He's really good. Another one that WWE shouldn't have released. And
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Dustin, who you got?
So he's hurt, but he's still technically signed. Are we still good on that?
Yep.
We haven't seen him in a while. Number 4, I'm going with Samoa Joe.
He don't count. Because he's always going to be hurt.
True.
That's true.
I didn't even think of Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Wait, did I? Hold on, did I?
I did not think of Samoa Joe.
Does he count, though?
I did think of Samoa Joe.
That's what I was asking.
I did think of Samoa Joe.
I would say it's fine if he was injured, but I don't know if you would consider him full participant on the active roster.
Okay.
Well, I think he was champion.
He was
champion. He went out. He was wrestling. He vacated the title, correct? He didn't lose it. He vacated it. So, unfortunately, he's one of those ones that if they had their moments that they did use him right on the main roster, but which I don't even think Joey knew much about Samoa Joe from TNA. Did you? His TNA days?
I didn't watch a whole lot of TNA.
Yeah, so I did.
That's why he was hurt all the time. All that shit he did in TNA.
Yeah, I did watch a lot of TNA growing up. So I seen Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, all those guys. Those were like my favorite guys watching.
America's Most Wanted.
Yes.
Best tag team ever.
Sure.
In TNA.
I don't know. I still like the Motor City Machine Gun. I'm a big Chris Sabin fan. Big Chris Sabin fan.
Yeah, me too. I like him a
I
lot.
like Chris Sabin a lot.
Fun.
I've met Chris Sabin, and I told Chris Sabin he was the only reason, he was the main reason I was watching TNA wrestling when I met Chris Sabin.
Probably
Face it,
kissing
get the
him.
fuck out of here, Mark.
Pretty
Try
close.
kissing him.
Because that was before that was actually before I was the actual Mark, because that was still when heels still like, I don't fucking like these guys, because what were the guys, the Jersey Shore like knockoff dudes, the dude, what is it, Robbie Stone or whatever from
Yeah.
he was one of them.
Robbie E.
Yeah.
Robbie E.
Yeah, and they were at the show that I went to, we did the meet and greet, because we met them, Gunner, which is now Jackson Riker in WWE, as far as he hasn't been released yet. Magnus, I think that's what he went by at the time in Impact TNA, right?
Yep.
Mickey James' husband. Him, Chris Sabin, Gunner, yeah, and those two, and then there was a female. I don't remember what female, but those guys, like, I had a ticket. I don't even know what my ticket is, but I had them sign the ticket. Those guys in particular, I walked around those guys. I didn't meet those guys. I was like, fuck those guys. I don't like you. You're fucking stupid. You're annoying. Fuck those guys. And I went and met Chris Sabin and Gunner and Magnus. Magnus was kind of a douchebag, but hey, we'll leave that. Whereas Gunner and Chris Sabin were real nice, just for future reference. But anyways, Samoa Joe, I watched a lot of Samoa Joe, where that tangent went off of. I watched a lot of Samoa Joe. I really like Samoa Joe. He was one that his mic skills were top notch. His in-ring was really good. I recently seen the video where he came down he was coming down the thing and just roasted everybody in the ring and was talking to Jeff Hardy about going to an AA meeting or something stupid. Dude, it was great.
That was like his kind of debut almost
Yeah.
in SmackDown. Yeah.
So Samoa Joe, good. I'll allow it because I like Samoa Joe a lot.
I mean, I like Samoa Joe. He had one match. He wins. Vacates the title next day. So
Was it only one match?
yeah, it was only one match. He's like, that's what I was like.
He's like, I just want to see if I can win it.
Yeah,
No.
basically what it was. I'll allow it. I like Samoa Joe too,
Okay.
but that's like an asterisk for me.
And Samoa Joe was also one that I don't understand why they took him off commentary, because I think he killed it on commentary. And you got people like that aren't very good on commentary doing commentary, and it's like, why are these people on commentary when you can have somebody like Samoa Joe? Like, honestly, the Raw team should have been.
Surprising you got Pat McAfee pick.
He's not a
He did
wrestler.
wrestle.
He's not a
he
wrestler.
did
He's a
wrestle.
commentator. If we do top 5 commentators,
Yeah,
then-
matches.
yeah, but he's not an active wrestler. Trust me,
He would be number one.
trust me, people have asked him on his show, "Hey, when do you get back in the ring?" And he's like, "I don't know, I don't know." But yeah, it's Samoa Joe should still be a commentator. Honestly, Tom Phillips, he should be on Raw with Samoa Joe and somebody else. That should be the Raw team, not.
Didn't they just release an announcer too the other day?
Yeah, Greg Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got released too. Yeah. He said somebody's name that was super annoying. I can't remember who it was.
It's some rapper, and I have no clue who it was.
No, Greg Hamilton announced somebody's name wrong. It's not as annoying as Justin Roberts does John Moxley's name. Like, I hate the way Justin Roberts announces John Moxley. I don't know why, it just annoys me. But that's neither here nor there. Moving on, tangent. AJ, who you got for number 4?
Number 4, Adam Cole, baby.
Nice. AJ's kind of spoiling some of my list. Further down.
Of course.
Big Adam Cole fan over here, so I'm sure all of you know that, but yeah. He's great.
Back on to me?
No, I got to do my number 4.
Oh,
My
okay.
number 4, somebody I've liked for a long time. He's better when he went heel. He got even better. He did great little subtle things as a heel, like going to step up on the rope to do his little pre-warm up, and then just not doing it. Pac. Big Pac fan. I liked him when he was Adrian Neville in NXT. I liked him when he was Neville on the main roster. I liked him when he left and became the Bastard again. He's great. His in-ring is top-notch, one of the best. when he went heel, his mic work got better. He's great. His cruiserweight title run was one of the best title runs, especially of the cruiserweight title. That's the only good title run out of the cruiserweight title. So that's my number 4.
Nice.
Who you got for number 3, Joey?
My number 3 is Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm a little shocked. I would have thought that would have been Joey's number 1, to be honest.
At 2 was Tribal Chief.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't wear his Tribal Chief shirt for this podcast.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I figured I didn't know if I was gonna get hate on the Roman Reigns pick or somebody was gonna go with me on the Roman Reigns.
Oh, he's. I was not a fan. I wanted him to be fired, get caught with drugs or something, get fired.
When
Get caught with drugs,
you're
damn.
too.
he's so stupid.
But
Yeah, still riding with those,
yeah.
When the Shield was like the initial Shield lineup, when the Shield was, the big, they're on their big run as the Shield, their first run as the Shield. Roman Reigns is my favorite person in the Shield, I guess, and a lot of people that was probably he was the hot tag, come in and destroy everybody, and then they pin and leave. So I was upset whenever. I mean, I really like Seth Rollins, and then Ambrose was kind of Moxley was kind of whatever, but yeah, I'm glad Roman's doing good. Dustin, who you got?
Number 3, I got one of AJ's boys. I got Rey Fenix.
Oh, damn.
Nice. Separating him out as a single. I like it. Nice.
Nice.
The shit he does in the ring sometimes is ridiculous. Like, that's one of the best things about watching him, like the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers have a match, is because they're literally the same people almost. It's like you got Matt and Penta. They're like this. They're almost kind of like the more grounded, but they'll still do some crazy shit if they need to, like destroy you off of a ladder into a table kind of shit. And then while they're doing their shit, you got Nick and Phoenix just flipping all over the fucking place. It's awesome. It's a good time. I expected them to be in the tag team one, probably for AJ.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's AJ's number 1 spoiled right here.
Fuck you.
AJ, who you got for number 3?
Number 3, I'm actually going to go with John Moxley.
Okay.
Which could be a little controversy, maybe a little bit, just a little bit. I know Dustin doesn't like any of my picks because he doesn't have good taste, really. But
wait till you get to your number 1 of Oni Lorcan.
Right. Moxley really held it down, right? And I wouldn't say he was a transitional champion, but especially for their COVID area, he held it down. He had some really good matches. And he was really holding it down for a lot of other promotions, doing other work for indie shows, GCW. He was the champion there, and with New Japan. So I'm giving it up to Moxley, and you guys already made a point. Everyone, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, least favorite of the Shield, but actually it's kind of my favorite because I didn't really like the other two. So,
oof. No, I liked his Dean Ambrose run when he was getting more comparisons to kind of the Stone Cold, where he was almost like the anti-hero, kind of make stupid jokes at people's expense, like the whole plant thing with Chris Jericho and all that. Yeah, I like that version of Ambrose. And now he comes into AEW and he's just he's mad and yelling all the time, running around in circles. Yeah. So.
I get my wrestling jeans.
You say you don't like anybody that wrestles in jeans? I think you've said that before, don't you?
It bothers me. He used to wear these tight, dark blue jeans.
I don't think they're...
How the hell are we moving around?
I don't think they're actually jeans.
I think it might be jeggings.
Maybe. But also...
Can't be cool.
But also...
No, they couldn't be because he had to wear a belt all the time. They were just really super tight. Yeah, I'm saying
Here-
jeggings don't have.
That's true. But I will say, the only jeans I wear are American Eagle jeans. They are very stretchy, and you could probably swing that in. Just saying.
Yeah, I got some stretchy jeans too. Yeah, but I don't know.
You don't see yourself throwing a drop kick in them?
No.
Well, he's not wearing jeans now, so they're more like camo cargo pants now that he's wearing.
I will say, seeing when he first went to like Japan or whatever, seeing him in like the trunks or like the what are they? Not trunk. Yeah, I guess they're technically sort of like the shorts version of trunks. Seeing him in those, I was like, that looks fucking weird. Okay, go ahead. It just looked weird. It looked off seeing him wearing.
Well, I mean, there his reference is the Death Rider, so he's got a completely different gimmick in New Japan that he would have in the States.
I do like his finisher more that he's left WWE. Because he had the finisher, like the headlock spike thing. I don't know why he stopped doing that. I really like that one. I thought that one was cool. And then he started.
Someone else is using that move now. I think it's a female competitor.
Yeah, I think
I saw using that.
I don't remember who, but I don't know why he stopped doing it. But yeah, once he went from I don't remember what he called it in WWE. What did he call it in WWE? I don't know. It's called Paradigm Shift now. Yeah. Thank you, Dustin. It only took 51 minutes. You got one in. Paradigm Shift now. I like it better now than it is how it is now, for sure. My number 3. I wish I could watch this guy wrestle more because he is fucking awesome. He has really cool names for his moves, like Stormbreaker, which is a badass move. Will Osprey is my number 3. He's fucking awesome, and he bulked up and looks like a bigger professional wrestler, but still does all the insane shit. 10 out of 10. He's awesome. Will Osprey.
Osprey and Ricochet's stuff back in PWG was fucking real.
I watched some of that shit like just on YouTube one day. That shit was mind blowing. The shit that they can do, it is insane, and they're literally almost the same person. That's what was. It's what was cool is because after Ricochet went to WWE or whatever, Osprey seemed like he kind of beefed up then after and started doing more like he kind of I guess technically it's went heel, started doing mean shit like that elbow that he does, like that back elbow shit.
Yeah,
it's really cool stuff. So that's my number 3.
My number 2 is Adam Cole.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about him. We've already said.
That's true too. Dustin, who you got?
The greatest of all time, going Kenny Omega, number 2.
I don't know about that, but
nice. There you go, Dustin.
make AJ's heart happy with Phoenix and Kenny Omega back to back. AJ's so proud.
Which is funny because my number 2 is also Kenny Omega, the Best Bout Machine, man.
Ooh, not number 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder who AJ's number 1 is. So we got Kenny Omega back to back at number 2. Okay. My number 2 is not Kenny Omega. It is not. It is. He's also already been mentioned, and it is the King Switch. It is the Switchblade, Jay White, number 2. Again, another one that I wish I could watch more. I know most of the stuff I see from him and Osprey is just crazy shit I see on Instagram of them doing great shit. Jay White, great promo, great in-ring. Awesome. Joey.
My number 1 is Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Can't refer to him like that.
Yeah. Who's that? Who you talking about?
Who's that?
Who you talking about?
Brian Danielson.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bad habit.
Damn. Okay.
I was gonna say it's the same. It was the same. It was the same. Your same number 1 as last time, but he's got a different name now. So.
Yeah, so it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same at all, man.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, different name.
Different name.
Two different people.
Name.
Worse haircut now.
Got the George Kittle haircut.
I don't understand how his hair looks cool when it's put up, and then he gets into a match and it looks awful.
Take your hair down real quick. Let me show you something.
Nope.
All right, then.
Dustin, who you got?
For number one, it's already
Tony
been
Lord.
mentioned several times. What? Fuck that guy.
Danny Burch.
No, I'm going Adam Cole number one.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Fuck Tony Lorcan and Danny Burch.
I thought
Both.
Dustin was gonna say Darby Allin was his number one.
Oh.
Fuck that guy.
Or
Trust
Cody
fall,
Rhodes.
that really hurts. Oh,
Cody
God.
Rhodes.
At least 5. Like,
Hey,
maybe
you
that.
can't call him that either.
Yeah.
It's just Cody. Can't call him.
No, it's Cody Rhodes.
Oh, did
Yeah,
he finally get his
got it
name?
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally?
Yep.
Because I
He's
know
had it for a while.
they used to have a loophole where it was Cody. They would announce him as Cody and Brandy Rhodes so that they
Yep.
could use the last name. It was hilarious.
Yep.
All right, I have no idea who AJ's number one is, so obviously it's Edge or Roman Reigns.
It's neither of those two.
Christian.
Yeah, it's Christian. No, it is actually Mr. Cowboy Shit. Hangman Adam
Nice.
Page.
I didn't see. I seen it was a Bullet Club shirt. I didn't know what it was. That's a good pick. I like Hangman Page a lot. I could probably throw him into my honorable mentions.
He is probably in the best storyline ever right now since his beginning of starting in AEW with his first title opportunity and losing it to Jericho. That loss and defeat that they carry that over all the way through up until now with his work with Kenny and the Elite and them kicking him out of the Elite
Mm-hmm.
and needing a bounce back and being this anxious millennial cowboy, working with the Dark Order and Dark Order versus the Elite, and now Hangman comes back, wins that casino ladder match, but it kind of was. Gets the opportunity to again fight Kenny, who's got his own history with them being the tag team champions already.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been great. It's been great underlying storytelling between Hangman and Kenny, and even Hangman and Matt Jackson, who, when he started spiraling, he was calling him a drunk and all these issues, and he comes back as a surprise as the Puff Man last week, and he just completely destroys Matt Jackson. So I think it's been such fantastic storytelling for Hangman, and it's been a really good start for his AEW career for sure. So Hangman, definitely my number one.
I like it.
Hey, Joey, where's your wrestling shirt at?
His what?
What'd you
shirt?
say?
Are me and AJ wearing the only wrestling shirts?
Oh yeah. Are you wearing a Thunder Rosa shirt?
Yeah, dog. My
Nice.
boy AJ got it for me. Yeah,
Nice.
Just ship it to me.
No, I didn't think about that. I just went and grabbed a shirt out of the closet. I'm wearing my Saul from Pineapple Express shirt. That's part of my Halloween
Hell
costume. I don't even know if I have any like active wrestling shirts.
I think the last one I bought was the
Bret Hart.
Kenny
Throwback.
Omega. Kenny Omega.
Back from 1982.
The 8-bit one.
I think I have a couple little Bullet Club shirts, I have a couple Young Bucks shirts. But all my other shirts, I don't think they're any. Like I have a Rusev Day shirt, that's dead. I have Undisputed Era shirt, that's dead. I have
Hey, he'll come back.
Yeah, save that one.
I mean, yeah, it's in my closet. I can get rid of it. Which I mean, it's still, and it's the one with Roddy in it, so he can't come back yet. So, speaking of Undisputed Era, my number one, same as number one as last time, will probably be the number one for a long time. Adam Cole, baby.
I was gonna say Bobby Fish.
Yes.
Infamous Bobby Fish.
Infamous Bobby Fish. Get it right. Adam Cole. I don't even know when I first seen Adam. I think it might have been just random stuff that I seen watching, trying to find stuff when I first started hearing about Bullet Club and all that, and it was in the Kenny era of Bullet Club, and it was like seeing all the cool shit that they did with Adam Cole and all that. Now seeing him, obviously go through Undisputed Era, everything like that. His debut attacking Drew McIntyre, everything. He's always been top notch, one of my favorites. Then get to come back and get a microphone in AEW and said, "Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole?" Great, good pop, big pop out of me. I was a big Adam Cole fan. I said he'll probably be number one on my list for probably a while.
Because what Adam Cole is in everyone's list, right?
Yeah, I think he's the only one that was
the
in
Universal
everyone's list.
Yeah, the Universal.
Yeah,
He's the MVP.
We had Roman in 2 lists. We had Jay White in 2 lists. And then I had
Omega in 2 lists.
Kenny in 2 lists. So,
yeah.
But Adam Cole, number 1 on 2 people's list, but in everybody's list. What was he, your number 5, AJ?
He's my number 4.
Number 4. And he was your number 2, Joey?
My number 2, let me go back.
Was it Adam Cole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 1, 1, 2, 4, not bad. That's what, and I think, like I said, we've seen the thing about them sewing whatever between him and the Elite, which seeing them together again's great. I don't want to see them split up, but also, hey, whenever he super kicks one of their heads off, it's great. That's one of the number one things that I show people. Like Dustin can attest this. Whenever we were talking about wrestling in one of we had like a cornhole chat that we were in, like a cornhole league. We had a chat, and the guys in there, they talk about like one of the guys talking about wrestling from like 1980, like Bret Hart stuff that Joey watches. You know, they has on repeat all the time.
Was it Joey?
No, it's not Joey. But he was talking about older stuff, whatever. And I'm like, hey, you're missing out on some, like, if you don't know how interested you are in wrestling now, but there's some good shit happening. And that's anytime I talk about wrestling, one of the first things I see is the Adam Cole super kick on Ricochet. Which I recently found out that he's done that to someone else before. Apparently, in that PWG clip that I sent to the messenger thing, he's done it before, but still, it's one of the craziest things. It's watching that kick in slow motion where it is literally perfect pinpoint accuracy on a dude flipping in the air, and also Ricochet didn't die. It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen in wrestling. Probably, it might be my favorite thing I've ever seen in wrestling is that super kick on Ricochet. So, like I said, Adam Cole, top notch. So yeah, probably should have got a top 5 from Adam. It's probably like, if we had to guess Adam's top 5 real quick before we end the show, what would we say Adam's top 5 is?
Matt Riddle number 1.
RVD number 2.
Matt Riddle number 3 because he forgot.
Yep.
and RVD number 4 because he forgot.
And then Malachi Black number 5.
Yeah.
Just because he's still like it.
There you go.
That's awesome. I didn't even think you pulled that out so quick. I wasn't even thinking Riddle. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Adam smokes weed, though.
I mean, you gotta be careful with, who sees it. It's still technically, not federally legal,
I mean, if anybody knows Adam, they know that. So.
It's also true.
Wait, did you say 5 or honorable mention was going to be RVD's rolling papers?
Yeah, that's true. That was they promoted those. They promoted those on WWE TV. That like on a pay-per-view. That is hilarious. That blew my mind that they promoted his rolling papers on TV. That was, or I think it was a pay-per-view, so Peacock technically, but still that they were able to promote rolling papers is fucking hilarious. For CBD use only, probably. Yeah. So, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Like I said, next week we're going to do some full gear rundown. AJ, I'm sure, is going to bring it. Also, honorable mentions. We didn't do anybody got honorable mentions?
I've got 2.
Also.
Okay.
Which is Will Osprey was 1.
Nice.
And MJF.
Okay. Yeah. One of the best heels in the biz, but yeah, he didn't.
Exactly.
Joe, who you got?
Mine have been Pac and Kenny Omega.
Nice. Okay. Dustin, do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah,
and Alexa
hates him.
Joey, we're doing a she's not a male current favorite wrestler.
I had to be male.
Yes.
All the others were males.
I just thought y'all might have been,
No, we're giving them. We're just like the Evolution pay per view. We're going to give them their own episode, their own time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We have Alexa Bliss episode. Looking forward to it.
Alexa Bliss number one on everybody's list.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's turn it for Joey Solo show.
That was OnlyFans.
To show us his favorite pics of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
My favorite pics of her.
Yeah. My honorable mentions was obviously Orange Cassidy. He's fucking great. Who doesn't like Orange Cassidy? Freshly squeezed. Johnny Gargano was on my list last time.
Yeah,
if I was still into NXT and still watching as much NXT, and he was actually, doing the level of stuff he was doing last time, he would have been in this time. But hopefully he comes back. Johnny Gargano. Big Buddy Matthews fan. Glad he signed somewhere. Hopefully get to see him do some more stuff. And then, of course, the chairman, Sean Spears, has got to be on my list. That's why I was going to have a Ty Dillinger shirt in there somewhere. But it's old, so that's dead too. So, but big Sean Spears
mine
fan.
Was the Johnny G and Big E was mine, so AJ probably hates both of them. So
Big E's a good one. He's really good. Xavier Woods, King of the Ring. Yeah. What did you say?
Who?
Dustin. What did you say?
I said AJ probably hates them. No, I did not mention my people.
AJ, I was gonna say, AJ, are you proud? Out of 9 people that I had wrote down, only one of them were WWE guys.
Yeah, I was.
And that was Roman Reigns. So I made
a little surprised that there weren't like Joey's full list wasn't WWE guys or Dustin's full list wasn't WWE guys.
Literally, I wrote down. I have a whole list of people that I wrote down and scribbled out.
I'm also surprised Joey didn't write Bret Hart 5 times too.
If it was favorite all time, I would have.
Goldberg?
Well, if it was a year ago, it would be WWE guys, but they released them all.
That's true too. None of them.
They're all on AEW now. So.
Well, only two of mine were former WWE guys. Pac and Adam Cole were former WWE guys. Because Will Osprey and Jay White at 2 and 3, they haven't been in WWE yet.
I don't mind, but I can't watch them enough to really, have them that high up.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
When you end the call, everybody stay on, like in the Discord.
Okay. All right. But I think
AJ, why didn't you put Glock Arn on there? Shouldn't he be on there for you? Honorable mention.
AJ doesn't have a response to that.
No response. fuck you. Fuck you, Dustin.
All right, that's gonna be it for us this week. Hope you enjoyed. I got to do some editing before this shit goes out to fix it because it broke. So I'm gonna try to get it out tonight. I don't know if it's gonna come out tonight or tomorrow. That won't matter to you when you're watching this because it'll be out. So, like I said, we're gonna try to do Full Gear next week. Survivor Series the week after that. So, still a phrase from Pat McAfee for our show because we obviously want that exposure. So be a friend, tell somebody about it. We got our socials are actually right down there on the page. And if you're listening to this on a podcast service, they'll be in the description of the podcast. Go like all those. We're trying to be more active on that. AJ had a big post today with releases today. So even before we recorded the episode and everything. So. Like I said, we're going to all try to be more active on those, get a decent community and some engagements going, do the normal YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Dustin's dying for merch, so, I mean, we get some fans, tell some people we get some merch going, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out for Dustin. So, that's all we got for this week. We'll see you guys next week. You guys got anything before we leave?
Good.
Peace out.
All right, later, guys.